Okay, so good day everyone, good morning. So please, everyone, please settle down, be seated, and today we'll be having another discussion. Last week, if you still remember, we discussed about the figures of speech, and I'm kind of proud and happy that everyone really participated and cooperated with our last discussion, no? And nakita ko na nag-enjoy yung bawat isa sa naging discussion natin last time. So I hope everyone retained their learnings last week about the figures of speech. Today we'll be learning another topic na mas makakatulong pa sa pag-enhance ng inyong knowledge about English. More specifically about the English grammar, because today we will be learning about the sentence pattern. So I hope mag-cooperate again yung bawat isa, no? Like what you have done or what you did last week. So before we formally start our last discussion for today, I'm asking Miss Tepredante to lead the prayer. Amen. I'm asking everyone to please settle down, arrange your chairs properly, because we will start our class discussion for today. But before we proceed with our discussion about the 5 basic sentence patterns, we will be having a short activity or a motivational activity para naman magising-gising bawat isa, no? And very easy lang ito because our activity for today is a sentence game. So basically, you will pick one letter sa English alphabet, and kung ano yung nakuha yung letter, basically gagawa nito ng sentence. Nagsisimula doon sa sentence or sa letter na napili ninyo. Like for example, if you picked letter A, sisimulan mo yung sentence mo sa letter A. If everyone already picked their desired letter, please kindly recite your answers in the class. Okay. Miss Hunat. So, you picked the letter A, and that's a very good sentence, no? So, Mr. Water. That's a very good answer as well. How about Mr. Velasco? Okay, that's a very good answer as well. Very good. So, for our last, Mr. Manbilito or Mr. Rosas. Okay, that's a very good answer as well. So, you all did a great job in this activity. So, since na buhay-buhay naman na kahit paano bawat isa, and na-motivate naman ba? So yun, na-motivate naman. So let us proceed with our lesson proper for our topic for today. So let us first define what is sentence pattern. So sentence pattern is the arrangement of words in a sentence. So yun, for our first sentence pattern, we have the subject plus intransitive verb. So let us first define what is subject. So subject is a person or thing that is being discussed or described in a sentence, while an intransitive verb is a verb that doesn't require an object. To understand it much better, we have the examples here. They worked. So in this sentence, we have they as our subject, and then intransitive verb as worked. Again, the subject is a person or thing that is being discussed or described in a sentence. So basically, subject is the main topic in a sentence, and then intransitive verb is a verb that doesn't require an object. So for our next sentence, He reads silently. He is the subject, while the reads is our intransitive verb. Now let us proceed with our next sentence pattern. We have the subject plus transitive verb plus direct object. So we already defined what is subject in our previous sentence pattern. So now let us define what is transitive verb. So when we say transitive verb, it is a verb that requires an object. So it is the opposite of intransitive verb. And direct object is the receiver of an action. So let us have the examples here. She likes coffee. So in this sentence, our subject is she. Again, the subject is the main topic of the sentence. And then the transitive verb, which is a verb that requires an object, is likes. And then our direct object here is coffee. Again, take note lang guys or class, a direct object, so it answers the question what or whom. So again guys, a direct object, it also answers the question what or whom. So for example, what does she likes? So in the example that we have, the subject likes coffee. So what does she likes? Yung coffee. So that is our direct object. So to further or to understand it much better, let us have the second example. Marian brought a book. So our subject here is Marian. And then our intransitive verb is brought. And then our direct object is the book. Again, our the direct object answers the question what or whom. So what did she brought or what did Marian brought? The answer is a book. So that is our direct object. So let us proceed with the next sentence pattern. We have the subject plus transitive verb plus indirect object plus direct object. So for our so we have already defined what is subject and transitive verb from the previous sentence pattern. And this one is the direct object. So let us only define what is indirect object this time. So an indirect object is a noun or pronoun receiving the direct object. So let us have the example. Kat made Marian a dress. So our subject here is cat. And then our transitive verb is made. Our indirect object is Marian. And our direct object is the dressed. And we have to take note that indirect object is also affected by the action. So to continue the explanation in this sentence pattern, so who received the dress? Again, the dress is our direct object. The answer is Marian, and Marian is our indirect object. And we have to take note that indirect object answers the question to whom or for whom. So for example, for whom was the dress made? So the dress was made for Marian. So our indirect object here is Marian. So para mas maintindihan pa natin, let us have another example. He gave me flowers and chocolates. So for this sentence, we have he as our subject. Our transitive verb is gave. Our indirect object, again, indirect object answers the question to whom or for whom. Me is our indirect object here in the sentence, and direct object is flowers and chocolates. So for our next sentence pattern, we have the subject plus transitive verb plus direct object plus object complement. So we have already defined what is subject, transitive verb, and direct object from the previous sentence pattern. Now we will only define what is object complement. So when we say object complement, It describes, renames, or gives information about the object. So for our example, I found the book interesting. So in this sentence, we have I as our subject. And then transitive verb is found. And our direct object here in this sentence is book, while our object complement is interesting. So we have to take note, class, that object complement, it describes the object, no? So for this example that we have, interesting is complementing our direct object, which is the book. And for our next example, we named our dog Cookie. So for this example, for this sentence, we have we as our subject, transitive verb is named, and then our direct object is dog, and then our object complement is Cookie. Again, when we say object complement, it describes, yes, but it also renames or gives information about the project, about the object. So for this sentence, pinangalanan natin dito yung dog, which is Cookie, yung pinangalan natin sa aso. And then yung object complement natin dito sa sentence is Cookie, kasi yun yung pinangalan natin sa object natin, which is yung dog. And again, yung object complement, it describes, renames, or gives information about the object. So for our last sentence pattern, we have subject plus linking verb plus subject complement. So in our previous sentence patterns, kasi laging ginagamit yung subject sa sentence patterns, no? Laging may subject. Kasi nga, ang subject is yung main topic ng isang sentence. And hindi pwedeng mawala ang subject sa isang sentence. So, let us define na lang yung linking verb and yung subject complement. So, when we say linking verb, it links the subject and its complement. Yeah, it links the subject and its complement. And then, subject complement, it describes or provides information about the subject. So basically, the same lang yung object complement and subject complement because they both describes and provides information. Ang kinaibahan lang nila is yung kino-complement nila, because sa object complement, object yung kino-complement nila, while here in subject complement, subject yung kino-complement nila, which is yung main topic ng isang sentence. So para mas maintindihan natin, mas maigi, let us have our examples here. She is intelligent. So our subject here is she, and our linking verb is our linking verb. Again, linking verb, it links the subject and its complement. So we have is as our linking verb, and then our subject complement is intelligent. Again, yung subject complement, it describes the subject. Ano ba subject natin dito sa sentence? The subject natin is yung she, and yung subject complement, kino-complement na yung subject kasi nga subject complement siya. And our linking verb is because it links the subject and the complement. So para mas maintindihan pa natin, mas maigi, let us have another example. So Cedric looks happy. I look happy. Cedric looks happy. So in this sentence, we have Cedric as our subject, looks as our linking verb, and happy as our subject complement. Again, yung subject complement, kino-complement na to yung subject sa isang sentence. And dito sa sentence na to, ang kinaibahan lang sa previous example is yung linking verb natin, because dito sa sentence na to, gumamit tayo ng sensory verbs to link our subject and our subject complement. And take note lang guys, class, because sa linking verb, we can use sensory verbs such as yung seem, look, like yung ginamit natin sa sentence, and then smell, appear, and etc. para i-link yung subject natin at yung subject complement. Ayun. Now that we are done with our discussion, let us see if may natutunan ba ang bawat isa, no? So, let us have our engaging activity for today. So, for this activity, I want everyone to get a 1/4 sheet of paper. Yun. And, syempre, mag-ready din kayo ng ballpen nyo because in this activity, I will be giving you some sentences and you just have to name what is the pattern that is being used in the sentence that I gave. So, i-identify nyo lang kung anong pattern may ginamit, kung subject plus intransitive verb, kung subject plus linking verb plus subject complement, gano'n. So, i-identify nyo lang. Isulat nyo na lang yung yung S plus IB, gano'n. Isulat nyo na lang sa 1/4 sheet paper. Yeah, 1/4 sheet of paper is susulat. And then, i-check din natin after we finished or after you finished answering this activity. So, ready na? Lahat ba may bukal na? Okay, lahat may bukal na. So, proceed na tayo. Ayun. So, for our first sentence, we have, he reads silently. He reads silently. So, you just need to identify what is the sentence pattern that is being used here in the sentence. And I will be giving you just 30 seconds to answer this question. He reads silently. Tapos na? It is up. Okay, proceed na tayo sa next question or sa next sentence. So, Mike reads the dictionary. Mike reads the dictionary. Again, you just need to identify what is the sentence pattern that is being used here in this sentence. So, proceed na tayo sa next question. Mr. Luis gave me a high grade. Mr. Luis gave me a high grade. Tapos na? Okay. So, for our next sentence, we named our cat Nemo. We named our cat Nemo. So, kung tunay or if everyone really listened very well in our discussion, ma-answer nyo to because merong similar example na binigay si teacher kanina. Similar dito sa sentence dito. So, if you really did listen to our discussion, you will easily answer this one. We named our cat Nemo. Okay, lahat tapos na. Let us proceed with our last but not the least sentence. So, butterflies look beautiful. Butterflies look beautiful. For the last time, i-identify lang kung anong sentence pattern na ginagamit or ginamit dito sa sentence na ibinigay ni teacher. Okay, hands up kung tapos na lahat. Hands up. Okay, mukhang tapos na ang bawat isa. So, now that everyone is done, I want you to exchange papers. Okay, exchange na lang yung dalawang group. Okay, pasa nyo dito. And then, okay, palit kayo. Okay. Lahat nakapagpalit na. Okay. So, now that everyone has exchanged papers, check na natin yung answers nyo. Okay. Yon. So, we have here the answers in our sentence or our questions. So, for our first question or first sentence, we have the answer subject plus intransitive verb. So, the answer is subject plus intransitive verb. So, for the next question, the answer is subject plus transitive verb plus direct object. Subject plus transitive verb plus direct object. So, for the next question, we have subject plus transitive verb plus direct object plus direct object. Subject plus transitive verb plus indirect object plus direct object. Okay, let's proceed with the next one. So for our fourth question, the answer to our fourth question is subject plus transitive verb plus direct object plus object complement. Subject plus transitive verb plus direct object plus objective complement. So for our last question, the answer is subject plus linking verb plus subject complement. Subject plus linking verb plus subject complement. Okay. So, tatawagin ko yung mga nakakuha ng 5. Sino yung nakakuha ng 5? Perfect score. Ganun ba? Ayun, meron. Si Miss Jane de Guzman. Oo, napakatalino talaga na itong batang to. Miss Jane de Guzman. Ayun, may humabol. Jasmine Lagradante. Oh, si Miss Jasmine Lagradante. Okay, galing itong batang to. Okay, wala nang naka 5. Okay, sino nakakuha ng 4? 4? Si Miss Fonat. Very good. Miss Anyoho. Miss Ligon. Miss Liluces. Miss Ilagan. Miss Declarar. Miss Bendia. Sino pa? Miss Bendia. Yana. Okay, sino naman ang mga naka-3? Mga naka-3? Wala, baka kinain niyo yung papel niyo. Papasa yan ha. Wala, ayun, si Mr. Velasco, Mr. Rosas, Mr. Monter, Miss Reyes, Miss Riano, Miss Peñamora, Banana. Okay, wala na. Sino naka-2? Mr. Brian, Miss Manila, naka-2, okay. Sinong naka-1? Naka-1? Mr. Rosas, naka-1. May naka-0 ba? Anyone? May naka-0? Ay, nako, 0. Next time, mag-aaral na mabuti, may kinig sa class discussion para hindi napagbubulihan. Okay. Now that we are done with our engaging activity, I hope you had a wonderful time in our class discussion for today. Although hindi lahat naka-perfect score, that's okay. That's okay, no? Because the learning never stops here in our classroom. That's why I ask you to take notes every time para when you get home, ma-review nyo siya sa inyong bahay. So make sure to read your notes tuwing uwian. Make sure to study. Make sure to na maging habit nyo yung pag-aaral after class. So, ayun, very good everyone. Thank you for participating once again in our test discussion. And you all did a very good job. So, before mag-end our class discussion, does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question? So, wala naman, no? So, okay, wala na. So, before kayo umuwi, I have a homework activity that I have prepared na. Masasagutan nyo sa bahay nyo. And isulat nyo na lang siya sa isang 1/2 crosswise. Then, ipapasa nyo din siya bukas. So, compose your own sentences and identify its sentence pattern. Write it on a sheet of paper. So, again, class, you all did a very good job. Thank you for participating in today's class discussion. And mag-iingat ang bawat isa. Class dismissed. Thank you.